Now let's focus on the cultural differences. I have found 10 statements about those differences. Most of them are true, more or less, even though it can depend on the country or the city we are in. Most of the statements concern words and their using and other expressions, the way people express things in both countries. Toilets. First, toilets. For American, this is a piece of porcelain. For the British, it is also a room that contains a particular piece of porcelain. If an American tells you she got stuck in the ladies' toilet, offer her a towel or a hairdryer. The word quite. Before an adjective, American quite means very, while British quite means somewhat. So if the American tourist is quite tired, direct him to his bed. But if a Brit tells you a restaurant is quite good, you'd be wise to keep looking for somewhere better. Mood. In addition to quite, British and American Englishes have other genus words whose meanings look both ways. A British moot point is open to discussion, but for an American, the discussion has been declared pointless. The UK Parliament puts legislation on the table for discussion, but the US Congress tables the legislation they don't want to discuss and puts matters for discussion on the floor instead. A British speaker's very nervy outlet will be a bundle of nerves, but an American has got a lot of nerve, and probably a mouth to match. And while homely means comfortable in home-like ways in American and much of the Commonwealth, in America it is a way of describing a person as ugly. Heatwave. The meteorological definition of heatwave is anomalously hot weather that lasts for days, but hot and anomalous are both relative terms. British newspapers will declare a heat wave after 3 days of 25 degrees weather. In other words, a British heat wave is everyone else's nice summer weather. The using of the word please. Americans say please, just not always where the British expect to hear it. The British say please when ordering food in restaurants or requesting things in shops, because they view the action as a personal request to the waiter. Americans regard ordering as providing the waiter with the information he needs to do his job. So they say, I'll have the chicken. As we can notice, please can add connotations of impatience and exasperation to an American request. Pants. Americans don't use the word trousers much, and when they do, it only applies to menswear. Instead, Americans wear pants on their lower halves. When those garments inevitably get damaged on their travels, their wearers sometimes make public proclamations about the stains on their pants. Even more inevitably, they are regarded with horror and laughed at, since British pants usually refers to underpants. The expression fag. The British do a lot with the words fag and faggot, which can be a shock to people who only know them as derogatory words to refer to gay men. Fag is British slang for a cigarette, so smokers pop out for a fag and they might try to boom or pinch a fag of you. But fag can also be a bother. Going out to buy more cigarettes in the rain can be a bit of a fag. Faggots, meanwhile, are found on menus. They are a kind of meatball made of organ meats, served with gravy and potatoes. Since no one ever seems to order any, it's possible that they stay on menus just to shock American tourists. Republican. The recent Jubilee has led some British people to talk more about a republicanism that has nothing to do with Mitt Romney. British Republicans would like the UK to be a republic rather than a monarchy. British Republicans are likely to be considered politically left-wing, unlike American Republicans, who are named after the smaller Republican ideals of the American Revolutionary War, or the American War of Independence as the British call it. Now, of course, American Republican is almost synonymous with social and conservatism. Fiscal conservatism. Subway. Follow signs pointing us to a subway in London, and you'll find yourself either at a ubiquitous American fast food joint or in an underground tunnel. And there in the tunnel, you'll find confused Americans looking around for the trains. While the New York subway is a railway under the city streets, in London it is a pedestrian way beneath the road. A way of expressing hour with the word half. British time telling differs from American in several ways. With the 24-hour clock that confusing any American who hasn't served in the military, half 8 to mean 8:30 provides another pitfall, particularly for non-Brits who know German or Swedish, where it will mean halfway to 8 or 7:30. Now we're going to watch